What's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at another Z97 motherboard. This one comes from Gigabyte and it is their Z97X Gaming GT. And of course, as the name suggests, this is targeted towards gamers. So let's go ahead and take a look. The Z97X Gaming GT comes in a, Gigabyte's normal packaging here. Of course, we have the name of the product on the front. Lets us know that it supports LGA 1150. Of course, on the back here, we have a full overview of the motherboard. So it goes over everything that you have on the motherboard, including your rear I/O ports, which of course is, important if you want to make sure this board has a certain number of ports or connection that you need. You can go ahead and check that out. And of course, it goes over a lot of the main features. On top of that, this front part actually opens like a book here, and will actually let you check out the motherboard. And it goes over all of their G1 features, your G1 performance, G1 audio, and G1 networking, of course, which we're going to go into in our full review. I know you guys just want me to open this up, so let's go ahead and do that. And this should be easy enough to get open here. So if we open this up, there's actually another box inside. So we'll go ahead and take this out, as you can see here, and move that out of the way. And we go ahead, we have this box here that has the motherboard in as well as accessories. So I'm going to open this up carefully, and I'll take the motherboard out first. Of course, we're going to take a look at that second. So we're going to go over our accessories here. So it looks like we have a 3-way SLI bridge. Nice to have that. We also have, it looks like, a 4-way SLI bridge. So it's actually cool that these are included. Of course, this is targeted towards gamers. 3- and 4-way SLI bridges, you usually don't see with a lot of motherboards. You'll get this single SLI bridge. So having both, and you do have the single one as well. So you have a single, you have a 3-way, and you have a 4-way SLI bridge. Great that these are included. We have two bags here and there actually is a crossfire connector in here as well. Pointed out, we have 2 bags of Sata cables here. So we have 2 cables in each bag, so it's a total of 4. We have our I/O shield here. Again, I always like to point this out, the colors on the I/O shield, if you guys can see that without the glare. It is black, and then everything is labeled pretty much in red right there. So that's pretty cool. We have some case stickers here, if I can get these out. We have 2 case stickers. We have, again, these are going to be hard to see, but one is a G1 gaming sticker and the other one is ultra durable. Again, you can put these on your keyboard, your case, whatever it may be. You can use those stickers. We have, what's in here? Okay, so we have 2 guides here first. We have our user's manual, and then we have a multilingual installation guidebook, and then also we do have your drivers and utilities CD. Again, as I always like to say, make sure you download your drivers first, because they're probably going to be newer on the manufacturer's website. I usually don't suggest using this unless you're building a system and you don't have access to the internet or something. You can use this, but I would suggest downloading the latest drivers. Taking a first look here at the motherboard, you can see that Gigabyte has gone with a red and black design here. This is the design that they've been using on their gaming motherboards for a while now. So you have an all matte black PCB, and then you have red and black accents throughout the motherboard. All of the heat sinks have red accents on them, and the top 3 heat sinks up here are actually connected by a very large heat pipe. Towards the center of the motherboard, you have the LGA 1150 socket. This, of course, supports Intel's 4th and 5th generation Haswell processors. This board features an 8-phase all-digital power design. Bringing power to the motherboard is an 8-pin EPS connector right up top. Moving over to the side of the motherboard, one thing I found interesting is that Gigabyte has placed the CPU fan connectors right here. So you have your CPU fan main connector, and then you have your CPU optional fan connector right here. Both of those are 4-pin connectors. You have 4 DDR3 DIMM slots here, and they are color-coded for dual channel operation. They also have the ends right here that you don't need to push out in order to install or remove memory. So if you have a large video card in here, you can actually still remove your memory without any issues at all. Up top here, we have a power button, a smaller reset button. We have a reset CMOS switch, our debug LED, 24-pin ATX power connection. We have a SATA power connection, which will give extra power to your PCI Express slots, and we have a USB 3.0 header. When it comes to storage, you have a single SATA Express port, and then you have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 SATA 6 gig ports. Now, if you're not using the SATA Express port, you can also use those 2 ports for regular SATA drives. So that gives you a total of 8 if you don't actually want to use the SATA Express port. Moving along the bottom of the motherboard, you have your front panel connections. You have 2 4-pin fan connectors. You have your BIOS switch, which will allow you to switch between BIOS 1 and BIOS 2. You have your SB switch. You have 1, 2, 3 front panel USB 2.0 headers. You have 2 more 4-pin fan connections. You have your COM port header, and then you have your HD audio header. Along the far end of the motherboard, you have Gigabyte's amped up audio processor, and this includes their high-end audio capacitors as well. You also have full PCB isolation, so it's kind of hard to see in the video, but there is isolation here that will actually light up when your motherboard is powered on. Of course, that makes it so you have less interference. And if you're really into audio, you also have gain dip switches here that you can, go ahead and change and give you better audio if you're really into that. When it comes to expansion slots, you have 1, 2 PCI Express 3.0 x16 slots, and then you have 1, 2 PCI Express 3.0 x8 slots, as well as 1, 2, 3 PCI Express 2.0 x1 slots. Moving on to the rear I/O, we have 2 USB 2.0 ports, and as you can see, they are color-coded in yellow. That means that they are the USB 2.0 DAP up ports, and what that means is they are made to deliver clean and noise-free power delivery to a digital to analog converter. We have a single PS2 port here, so you can use that for a keyboard or a mouse. We have VGA out, DVI out, DisplayPort, HDMI, optical audio. We have 4, 5, and 6 USB 3.0 ports. We have our Gigabit Ethernet, and then we have our audio here. And as you notice, our audio as well as all of our display outputs are gold plated. So this wraps things up for our quick unboxing and overview of the Gigabyte Z97X-Gaming GT motherboard. Now make sure you check back very soon on ThinkComputers.org as we'll have our full written review. And remember guys, if you like our videos, why don't you subscribe? Catch you guys later.